and subscribe and smash that like button.
So this story may not go the way everyone wants it to go, and it doesn't have the happiest of endings, and a lot of people probably wouldn't even air this sort of thing, but we at the process are all about information, knowledge, and bettering yourself for the animal, for yourself, and for future hunters, which right now Caleb and I have been taking our boys out. Levi has taken a couple young hunters out. They were able to harvest deer. Caleb and I are still working hard. Beckett worked extremely hard.
How'd you shoot?
Really good.
Yeah.
I saw it in the fake heart, and now I get to pick what I want to eat for dinner.
So I think we're having McDonald's for dinner tonight now. But real quick, just we talk a lot about knowledge and learning. I had no idea that 350 Legend did not kick at all. So he'll be shooting a 350 Legend that I borrowed from a friend during youth season in exactly 4 weeks. I shot it first. He got to hear it. We just got done shooting a 22. And did you shoot some bullseyes with the 22?
Yeah.
Pretty close. And then he shot it 3 times. Shot at our little plinker target, hit it. Shot it at our like a sticky target, bullseyed that, and then shot it at our deer target. And
that's how I got to pick McDonald's.
The best shot ever, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was better than Daddy's.
Oh, that's what he says. But, so, really awesome. Super proud of him today. Toughed it out.
Yeah.
And once again, 6 years old. He's 42 inches tall, and he weighs a pound per inch. So, didn't scare him one bit with the gun. Didn't scope himself. I held him in my lap, rested the gun on a tripod, and then he took the hit. And that was awesome, wasn't it?
It was scary on the first one because I was so close to it.
Yeah, and then it was loud.
He read in my name.
Good job. Thank you. There's the building.
Oh my gosh.
Should we get dressed in there, you think?
Yeah, we're being dressed. Oh, I had an idea, Dad.
How about we go hunting?
Okay, let's just go.
We were able to sneak out one warm afternoon on opening day. We sat over the bean field. We were able to see a couple deer. He saw his first deer in the field, actually. 2 does skirted past us. The first one was not on film. The second one I thought we were going to get a shot at, and then a small buck came by. You can actually hear him in the video say, "Oh, it's a buck," and he's super excited. It was really fun for me to see him out there enjoying the woods, and we're just in a makeshift blind. You can check out that video. A really unfortunate event that happened was the first night out, the deer didn't stop on their own, and Beckett, being a young, inexperienced hunter, and myself being inexperienced with taking kids his age out, I didn't realize that I was going to need to stop the deer. I didn't think about him not being able to just snap shoot and get him in the scope and how much time it takes.
He's making a scrape. Do you know what a scrape is?
Yeah, it's where you scrape on the tree.
Yep, come here, look. You can see the trees moving because he's rubbing his antlers in them. See him moving? This one's moving. He's all the way back here. He's moving all those. You think that's the gate? It might be here. Look, you can see his antlers. Watch. I think he's gonna come back out. Let's just watch him, okay?
We were also able to make it out later in the week on a cold front with his stepdad, Andrew, and we had a really good time. We didn't see any deer other than one. It was the one that we needed to see. Beckett was able to take his first shot at a deer, and unfortunately, what happened, you'll see in the video. I knew I was going to need to stop the deer, but what I didn't think about was Beckett saying he didn't want to shoot the deer, which he said twice. He had perfect, clean shots on this buck, and both times he said, I don't want to shoot it. But I kept telling him, okay, we'll just watch it. And then I finally asked him why he didn't want to shoot it. He said it was because he was afraid of the gun being loud. The biggest mistake I made, the deer was at 70 yards, and I had it on a 4 power for the scope. The deer came into 30 yards, and I made the mistake of turning the power down to 2 because I wanted to make sure you could see the deer. But then the problem was the deer walked back to 60 or 70 yards, and I forgot to zoom the scope back into 4. So Beckett took a longer shot, if you will, with a low power scope, and I truly think that it's my fault that he hit low on this deer. Especially being as small as he is, he had to squeeze the trigger overly hard and squeeze the gun, which definitely caused him to shoot low.
It's okay. Buddy, you're not gonna have any time. He's gonna jump the fence. If you gotta shoot him, you're gonna have to shoot him now. I'm gonna whistle and you can decide.
Well, finally he settled in. I whistled and stopped the deer. And you can see what happened. I thought he was gonna had a good hit, but he didn't.
You got him, buddy. You shot him so good. You can take your earphones off. Beautiful shot, buddy. I saw it. Oh my God. You got it. I love you so much. Good job. Oh my God. You shot him so good, buddy. Give Andrew a high five. Not yet. We don't want him to run too far too fast, okay? Hey, that was such a good job deciding if you wanted to shoot him or not, okay? Oh my God. Give the camera a thumbs up. Give it a big thumbs up. Should we tell Grandpa to come here? Hold on. Grandpa's here, and we are going to find the first deer harvested on the farm. Here comes Beckett, and there's no way this thing went far. So.
Where's the blood? Show me the blood. Grandpa, where is the blood at?
We already aired this footage on the page just to get a feel for what everyone thought, and they thought the same thing that we thought. If you watch by our reaction, we sure thought that that deer was dead right away. We got on it pretty quick once my dad got to the blind, but we weren't able to find any blood, and we couldn't figure out why. But then coming back home, we watched the footage over and over, and in the frame by frame, sure enough, you can see that bullet hits the deer right in the tibia, just below the body, and breaks his leg, and it looks like it breaks his shoulder, but it doesn't. It breaks his leg, it goes straight through the leg bone, and then hits a blade of grass behind it. The grass was a telltale that we got the pass through that we needed, but when you watch the deer, there's no hole when it lifts its leg, and if it was a pass through going through the chest cavity, there should have been blood somewhere, and that deer wouldn't have been far. We searched for 2 hours that night and 3 hours the next day.
Well, we're back. Checking, looking for Beckett's deer. Just looking, blood, whatever. We did jump some deer, and so we're just kind of combing the area of where they jumped from, looking for blood. But it is not looking good, but the fact that it's not looking good is also good because it leads us to think that we did just break the leg of the deer, and so not a fatal hit, and we're just gonna have, unfortunately, a three-legged deer running around.
So please like and subscribe, follow along with our videos and our season. We'll have a few more educational videos coming out, but the heat is really on now. October 1st is the opener in Iowa. We'll be hitting the field. There'll be about 6 of us, and we're going to have a lot of footage coming your way, and hopefully a lot of bucks hitting the ground.